welcome to Step 1 Academy. I'm Dr. C. Please join me in this musical journey. Let's go! Here we are with Danijela Zezelj Gualdi, my dear friend. We studied back home in Serbia a long time ago.
After my journey over the Atlantic in pursuit of a master's degree at the Carnegie Mellon University, I have applied for a doctorate and several places, but then the University of Georgia really offered like a really nice scholarship, and so I decided to go to University of Georgia. And of course, I saw you there. I was like, oh my God, Sinish, how is this even possible? But yeah, I studied the performance in violin, which is my major instrument. But viola came to me really naturally. It's like, I love the sound. I love the C string. It's very melancholic. It's deep and sensual. And I really enjoy playing that deep, sonorities. So I picked it up as a minor, and a couple of years down the road, I consider that to be my first instrument.
You currently live in Wilmington, North Carolina, right?
Correct.
And you are the faculty of University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
I am appointed as an instructor for violin and viola, where I teach applied lessons. I also teach some university-wide classes, and actually this fall I'm adding, besides the music exploration, I'm adding another class. It's called the World Music, which is going to be very interesting to me because I'm teaching it for the first time. I think very important subject today, going globally into traditions of different countries and studying their folk traditions. So I'm very excited about that. But of course that's not the only thing, but I am also an artistic director for two nonprofit organizations that are based at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. First one is called Community Music Academy. And Community Music Academy is a nonprofit organization which is outreach program that works under umbrella of the music department. What we offer is the lessons for the community members, not only university students. Those lessons are really awesome because they come taught by the university professors. Also, I started a student program, which means that our university students can teach lessons. So this comes with a opportunity to have not so expensive lessons, and also our students get an opportunity to teach applied, which is awesome, and they kind of train for the future. So it's a win-win situation. It's a really enjoyable thing to be able to give back to community in Wilmington and work with our students. We have really talented young people here. The second nonprofit is the Ronald Sachs International Music Competition, We just finished the 5th year. It's my baby, and I really am proud of the project. We are now really, truly international and recognized all over the nation and abroad. We have some incredible, talented students applying every year from really recognizable institutions like Juilliard, Curtis, Rice University. It has been a really exciting journey. Of course, I have a really amazing partner. His name is Chris Jones, and he is the owner of one of the shops of Ronald Sachs in Atlanta. And together with him, he's my partner in crime. Together with him, I plan everything. As a matter of fact, and you are the first to know, I have been asked to be the artist, which I'm very excited. And we are shooting the promotional video sometimes end of this month. So
awesome. Why did you become a musician?
I became a musician because I was a failed ballerina.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I had to find a way to express myself. And my dad also, he was really passionate about music, and it was not meant to be for him. And so he insisted that if I showed even a little bit of talent, that I go in some kind of a musical or artistic direction. It was just a natural thing for me.
So when did you start? When did you start playing?
I started playing when I was 10. It's kind of late for kids to start at 10. I recommend earlier because of your muscle memory and everything development.
You moved quite a lot, in your youth. Some because of conflict in ex-Yugoslavia, and I know when you had to relocate with your family, you came from Croatia to Serbia to continue life, as normal as possible. I believe that decision to become a professional musician happened sometime in high school, that you were already in Serbia by that time.
Yes, well, I don't want to take any time and space of talking about negative stuff like wars and refugees and Red Cross packages. That's not something I want to discuss, but it was a difficult time for both you and me and many other musicians in that period. And really young, I was 17, 18 when that happened. And so it takes a toll on your soul to go through such difficulties when you're young. And I think that helped my decision becoming a musician, because that was my way of expressing myself. That was my healing and a road to find beauty and peace. I was just reminded of that again now as we were going through this crisis, with this virus, what's happening around us. I find practicing and calming me down, giving me peace, giving me some kind of a ground to stand on. So being, involved in music and playing music is just clears out my mind, calms down my soul. I am happy that I have an outlet like that. So I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, that way we can see it. That's perfect.
Very good.
That's a good photo.
Viola, violin. The main difference is basically the size. And then, of course, it's the strings. Violin has G, D, A, E, and viola has, I hope it's in tune, C, G, D, and A. Unfortunately, viola acoustically is a very uncomfortable instrument. It's too small to sound rich like a cello, and it's too big to be held comfortably. So only like taller people with larger hands are comfortable with this instrument.
Viola has bigger difference in size than violin. Full-size violin is usually around 14-inch, and the very, very, very minute differences between the instruments. But viola starts from about 15 inches of length, and it would go up to 17.
And of course, I feel the most comfortable playing the smallest sizes, but it doesn't sound as good. So only the bigger sizes of instruments, I really like, enjoy that.
Yeah,
Deep,
you
rich
yourself
sonority.
the more like a almost like a tenor or closer to baritone. So we have sort of a alto violas that are having more of a alto soprano, like like a female kind of color of voice, and then you have these I would say deeper sounding and darker sounding instruments that would be more in a tenor range.
So until I started my minor in viola, I was only reading, treble clef, and okay, I played a little piano, so I could kind of read bass. But then they put this score in front of me that had all three of the clefs inside, and I'm like, oh my God. So the switching, okay, you learn the alto clef fine, but then there's switching and the confusion. Oh, it's just, it took a while. The sound production, because of the thicker strings and uncomfortable acoustics, is also a very delicate thing. So in order to produce a beautiful sound on viola, it's a little different technique than handling the bow on a violin, right? So you have to be a little bit more closer to the frog, in the frog area, in order to it's just a little bit more different. And of course, the size from pitch to pitch, like the left hand, is a little larger. So intonation, switching from one instrument to another instrument, it's difficult. How do you know when the violist play out of tune? The bow is moving.
How would you describe the moment where you switch from violin to viola?
When I practice both simultaneously, if there is a situation, like we had a couple of years ago, there was a gala that I had to play in the ensemble viola and then solo on violin. So I simultaneously play both instruments, and your muscle memory remembers. Like your ear remembers, your hands remembers, and it's easy. But if you have to go and you play for a while on a violin, and then you have to switch to viola, it takes a day or two of adjustment. You have to like practice scales, you have to practice some etudes, listen carefully, slowly for your fingers to kind of get on the right spots.
When you decided to play viola in our quartet, in Balkan Quartet, would you say it was kind of a moment where you said, okay, oh my God, I have to play this thing, I would like to play a violin? Or it was more like, oh my God, I'm gonna get this chance to play this beautiful instrument, in a way that nobody else, played it before?
Three things, Senesha. First thing was I needed to learn to play rhythm. Okay, that was the first thing. Okay. Second thing was you. Okay. How in the world would I be able to ever play violin solo, first violin in a gypsy band as we are, like you do? There's no way. And third was that I really wanted to experience playing viola in a classical chamber ensemble, which is awesome. The most successful string quartets, they are together forever. They grow together, they mature together, they learn listening together. And I think the inner voices, like the second violin and viola, are the kind of a peacemakers between the two divas of cello and first violin. And we have to, in the same time, be expressive and musical, but also fit. is a very sophisticated instrument, in my opinion. It is a super sensitive to the sound production and touch of the hand, and extremely delicate in intonation. One of my biggest loves to play is in the orchestra. It really is. And I have been doing it since the day one of learning an instrument. And Savannah Philharmonic feels just like family. It's you there and all my friends from UGA, and it just feels super comfortable and super friendly, and I love going there. And I also wanted to say a special thank you to a family that have basically adopted me in Savannah, Tim and Regan Clem. I love you guys so much. I very frequently perform with my beloved husband, Paolo Gualdi. He is the best pianist in the world. He is amazing, and we have been playing forever, even just before dating. And basically that's what started our relationship, playing together. And I am very lucky. My whole family is musical. I feel extremely.
And your daughter Julia plays.
And Julia plays both instruments. Yeah, she's wonderful. I'm grateful for both of them. Awesome. Very much. And grateful to you, because you're one of my best friends, and we get to play together also in a quartet. I mean, how wonderful is my life?
Danny, thank you very much. I had a blast as always, and it was such a pleasure chatting with you. So say hello to your husband, Paolo, my dear friend, and to beautiful Julia.